Welcome to the Weekday Report for Tuesday, November 26th. I'm Tracy Pelishek. Here's a brief look at the news. The Kenosha City Council approved a recommendation Monday night to add 3 new paramedic firefighters to Mayor Keith Bosman's proposed 2014 budget. The motion, which passed on a 13-4 vote, was a compromise from a group of aldermen's plans to add 6 firefighters. The overall budget includes a 1.36% increase in the tax levy. Final approval of the budget is expected at a special meeting tonight. Here's what not to do when cooking a turkey in a fryer. Don't use a frozen turkey and don't use too much oil. The Kenosha Fire Department gave this demonstration on Monday, showing how a frozen turkey, which is packed with ice, melts in hot oil and causes an explosion. Too much oil can slosh over the side of the pot and ignite when it reaches the cooking flame. The fire department advises people to use turkey fryers like a grill that is outside and safely away from buildings. Lots of traffic, but no snow is expected during peak Thanksgiving travel times in Wisconsin this week. Traffic is expected to be at its worst on Sunday when Thanksgiving travelers and deer hunters returning home will converge on the state's highways. They should be driving on dry roads, though. Only snow in the forecast is a slight chance on Saturday night. When it comes to certain civic projects like repaving roadways, right now it's halftime. One of those projects is the resurfacing and repaving of 56th Street between Sheridan Road and the 13th Avenue Viaduct. The westbound section is up and running, but corrections to already completed construction played havoc with scheduling, causing work on the eastbound section to go on hold until next spring's thaw. Now here's Diane Giles with this week's History Mystery.
The fall of 1929 was one of the most deadly shipping seasons on Lake Michigan. One of the terrible losses of that year was the SS Milwaukee, which shuttled railroad cars between Milwaukee and Grand Haven, Michigan. The 338-foot-long steel train ferry sank on October 22, 1929, in a terrific storm that took the lives of all 52 crew members. Today, the great ship lies on the bottom of Lake Michigan and is a dive destination. Kenosha dive instructor Brian Vaccaro, who has been to the wreck about a dozen times, said the experts think the cause of the sinking was due to the train cars breaking free and slamming into the sea gate. This is Diane Giles for the Kenosha News.
Thanks, Diane. What's trending today? With major stores kicking off the Christmas shopping season earlier and earlier on Thanksgiving Day, is your family changing its dinner plans so shoppers can hit the streets? Tell us on our Facebook page. Up next is John Kordovich with a look at how to prepare your vehicle for the winter driving season.
Icy and snow-covered roads mean that we'll all have to relearn winter driving techniques, and I'm pretty sure we're going to have to do that sooner than we want. But it's also important to check out your vehicle to make sure that it's ready for driving in winter weather. Scott Zamba at Rhodes Auto and Truck Repair on Sheridan Road led a tour of the places to check on a vehicle to make sure everything's working properly before cold weather arrives.
You want to make sure that you got good tire pressure, the coolant elasticity is correct. You want to make sure it's full, the coolant, checking your oil and your battery.
What do drivers often overlook when it comes to preparing their vehicles for winter?
That would be their tire pressure. Typically we see a lot of shredded tires from just not checking them. And they're flat and people drive on them and they go bad.
What's inside your vehicle also is important. Gil Ben with Kenosha County Emergency Management describes some of the items that should be in an emergency kit stored on the floor or in the trunk.
This is a big one that most people don't think about. A send help sign, granola bars, energy bars, water, certainly an extra flashlight should always be in a kit, and some tools and possibly a weather radio and a first aid kit. Should almost be in everybody's car.
Preparation is key, experts said. That will help motorists to avoid being one of the 50,000 traffic accidents on average that happen in Wisconsin every winter. I'm John Kordovich reporting for the Kenosha News.
Thanks, John. Now here's a look at what we're working on today. Joe Ward will be at tonight's city budget wrap-up meeting, and Bill Guida will have an update on Village Incorporation in Summers. Pick up a copy of the Kenosha News and check kenoshanews.com for all the details on these stories and more. I'm Tracy Pelishek with the Weekday Report.